Southern rock. But no, I repeat, no bro country.
Singing bro country. Every song is like headlights, bonfires, dancing in the full moon, bar fights, tailgates, hashtag new boots. We don't care. Singing bro country.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Keeping it real in the Ville. Texas Homegrown Radio. Live from the cowboy capital of the world. There's just one thing you should know about Nashville.
You know what? You're nuts. You're all nuts. You've been focused so hard on making it, you forgot about one little thing. It's called the music. And I don't even care. You know what? So what? I don't want to hang out with a bunch of wannabe corporate sellouts, and we are going to start a revolution.
Go forth and multiply. These songs are yours. Texas Homegrown Radio.
This is a revolution.
Hey y'all, this is Cody Braun with Reckless Kelly, coming to you live from Cabo, Mexico. You're listening to The Morning Ride with Jody Lee.
Hey y'all, Janie Balderas here, and you're listening to the Texas Homegrown Radio with amazing Jody Lee and the amazing Jeb Bridges. Don't turn that dial now. Stay tuned.
Hey y'all, it's Tori Martin, and you're listening to The Morning Ride with the one and the only Jody Lee.
Live from the Rockstar Ranch in Texas Homegrown Studios.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Well, howdy, y'all. This is Presley Hale, and you are listening to The Morning Ride.
Gotta make our own show music, man.
All right, welcome into the Morning Ride right here on Texas Homegrown Radio.
Live from Texas Homegrown Studios.
Oh, you did it. You got it right today. Nailed it.
Nano.
Nailed it. Hey, the Morning Ride brought to you by some great sponsors like our friends over at Double D Barbecue.
Where you don't need no teeth to chew.
Lip smacking, yeah. It does fall off the bone, actually.
You eat the bones?
Yeah.
I ate the bones.
I'll eat them tomorrow. See, I made a marrow joke. That's hard to do. I've been saving that one.
You gotta throw them away though, otherwise you'll have a big bunch of bone stock.
I can have that. That's on my diet. Hey, the Morning Ride brought to you also by Cannonball Insurance Solutions.
Oh.
There we go.
There it is.
There it was.
That was the one.
That's Kyle Park doing a cannonball. The Morning Ride also brought to you by Brazos River Air Conditioning.
Is it hot in your spacey?
Call Wasey.
Yeah, I did that backwards.
It'll help you with your AC.
It's too early for this stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now I'm just being lazy.
Sound kind of like Kevin Spacey.
And the Morning Ride brought to you by Triple Crown Ford and Lincoln.
That's right. Get on down there and let the horses run.
That's right. Good morning. Kelly McMicken already tuned in this morning, and we got a special guest in studio, so you need to tell your friends, tell your mom and them. Christopher Wright in studio with us. Yes.
That's right.
We finally made it happen.
Because if you ain't right, you're wrong.
We've been talking about it for a while, but he's just, always so busy.
I know it.
Oh, man, you're everywhere.
Dude, what are you talking about? I don't get, at least when I go to one of these things, they don't put the camera on me, Jody.
Right. Hey, you might have to pull that closer.
Yeah,
yeah, there you go.
I actually saw you guys out there in Arlington.
At the award show?
Yeah.
I know, and we were separated. He was upstairs, I was downstairs.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to see everybody we wanted. That thing's got so big.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of got. I'm also. We live about 45 minutes away, and it's kind of one of those things where we had I don't know. We dipped out a little early just so that we could, not have to get in traffic.
I did that too. Well, and we had all the Texas Ranger traffic too on top of the award stuff, so that made it. I was like, $50 to park? What?
Yeah.
But it was a good night. It was good fun.
I can't take me anywhere.
No, the last time I guess we got a chance to come out here was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, we've been talking about it. It just never happened. We couldn't make it happen, and I've been sick, dying and stuff.
I've been watching you. I'm glad to see you're back to healthy again.
Yeah.
You look good, dude.
Take it day by day.
Yeah, right on. That's it.
Jeb told me to suck it up and start doing stuff. And I was like, I guess so. I guess.
You have an accountability partner over here.
I was like, man, I killed the kangaroo. There's nothing, there's nothing holding you back now.
Pull that up a little more. You can move it wherever you want. It's a side mic, so you have to talk into the. There you go. Yeah. To talk into the side. Right put it straight up.
Right here.
Put the mic straight up. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. There you go. I should have told you that before we came on.
He's condenser mic.
I should have told you that before we came on.
Yeah, Jody, what the heck, man?
We're all set now.
We're all good now. But yeah, I went to the doctor the other day, and I walked out, and his secretary said, "Well, what did he say? What did the doctor say?" Which I thought was kind of weird,
Wait a minute, is your doctor Indian?
No,
because that sounded kind of Indian.
Hello.
He used to be the one that fired.
Okay.
No, I came out and she asked what he said, and I said, well, he said I couldn't die today. Got to come back and try again tomorrow.
Yeah. There you go, man. Sometimes just flip the script on your brain.
Flipping it.
Yeah, I had gout in my foot, couldn't walk.
Slow down, flip it, and reverse.
So I came out with a T-shirt that said, "When in gout, use your crutches."
Dude, your sense of humor has never failed you.
For real.
It's not right.
That's probably what's kept you alive all these years,
that's
bro.
what they told me when I was in for all my heart stuff. The doctor said,
for real?
Never seen anybody joke around so much about.
Dude, that's your superpower.
My first heart doctor fired me for joking about it. He goes, "You don't take your illness seriously." I said, "I take nothing seriously."
Damn.
What are you talking about? Yeah. And
well,
he kept asking me if I did meth, and I go, "Look at my size. If I'm doing meth, I need a new dealer." I can't even lose weight on meth. That's crazy. I've got a problem. Maybe you should check my thyroid. Something.
God. As much work as you guys. You say you were accusing me of being busy. I watch how busy you guys are, and I know y'all are. I know y'all better, but I would think. These guys got to be running on something more than coffee.
Just coffee.
But you
I
guys
gave up everything.
A lot of coffee.
I gave up everything. I quit smoking. I haven't smoked in over a year.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
I quit smoking, quit drinking, quit eating sugar, quit eating carbs.
Yeah.
I gave up everything that gave me enjoyment except for Misty and Jewel and my family, and music. That's it.
I tell you,
everything else that made me happy is gone.
Except for the South American hallucinogenic toads. Every so often, get off on them toads.
Just lick a toad.
Don't lick the toad.
I do not get toed up.
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
Is that what you call it if you lick a frog and then you go into
I
got towed up.
Toed up.
I got towed up like Aaron Rodgers.
I was feeling up from the floater.
I was feeling froggy.
I feel like Aaron Rodgers. I done seen my future.
Oh, goodness.
It looks bleak.
You sound like Bubba.
I think I would call it Denis. See, I don't need drugs. I actually had a guy tell me that at Larry Joe Taylor. I was standing backstage with William Clark Green. This guy comes out of the woods, and all he has on is shorts, like nothing else.
Oh, no.
And I'm talking to Will, and he comes up and he looks at me, he goes, "Hey, man, you don't do drugs, do you, man?" And I was like, "No." He goes, "That's good, man, because we do drugs to get our mind where yours already is." And then takes off running, and I'm like, "What was that?" And Will goes,
"That's what drugs do."
Yeah, William Clark Green looked at me and goes, "I don't know if that was a compliment." And I said, "I think it was. I'm going to take it this way."
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
Dude, I quit all that. I quit drinking in 2016. And, dude, since then, but I wasn't like just your casual drinker, dude. I was one of those cats.
Did you ever think 110%?
Yeah, absolutely. Why not, man? And I still do. It's just different things. I focus different on different things these days. But dude, I'll tell you what, like you could definitely. I can't believe how much our bodies can actually come back from.
Yeah, right.
I had acute liver failure. I mean, my whole stuff, I shut down. So it was like it was one of those things, and it was all cocaine and whiskey, baby. Like it was kind of one of those things. It was a bunch of bad decisions in a row.
Yeah.
Like without a day off.
I tell everybody I did all of my bad stuff just so in case I had to do a behind the music for MTV.
Yeah.
You gotta have a story.
I had a buddy of mine tell me, he goes, a Marine buddy of mine, he goes, hey, Wright, the deal is that God gives us all like a certain number of drink tickets, and you just ran out, man. and I think that was the coolest way to explain it to me. So then it took funny. like you were talking about it earlier, you were like saying how, that's everything fun. Because everything I did was I had drinks. If I was going to a game, I wanted to drink. If I was going to a movie, I wanted to drink. If it was something sad, I wanted to drink. If I was happy, I wanted, all that stuff. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? But this guy just explained to me, I just ran out of drink tickets. Okay. That kind of took my ego out of play a little bit.
I love it. Jeb helped me because it seemed like I was buying everybody else's tickets for a while. Like everybody would show up over here and be like, feed me.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That.
It was,
at what point, like, I come over here and like, there's like a party going on, and like I just see people walking out of Jody's house with all this stuff in their hands. They got like his bottles. They're like asking about food. They're like, "Hey, we found this in the fridge." Like they just got all this stuff, and they're just bringing it out. And Jody's just like,
whatever. Yeah.
Just walking out with your whiskey or something.
But like, but he's too nice to say anything. Everybody was having a good time, so he's just like, "Yeah, it's fine." But then
those days are over.
Yeah,
you got to be like,
you can't afford
tickets. Shut down the ticket booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Wow, man! I tell you, how come I never ran into friends like you when I was out there doing that?
Hanging out with the wrong people.
I was hanging out with some nefarious folks. But
hey, there's Yaroslav Yender. He's over listening to Yaroslav Yender's listening to you in Poland.
All right, what's up, brother?
He actually sent me a picture yesterday of his son Alan. We were talking about his son.
Oh yeah, AJ.
So, AJ. Yeah. He sent me a picture.
It's going to be the next big.
I didn't see it until we got off the air.
Legend.
I didn't see it until we got. So I'll pull it up. See here, we can show it. Show it on Jibs. There you go. That's there's Yaroslav over there in Poland. He's the biggest Texas music fan.
That is super cool.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Like
he's a Viking.
Yes, he actually him and Raphael actually came over here and talked on the radio with me.
Nice.
Yeah, it's when I had the studio still at the Twisted J, and they came over. They came over and they did a tour around Texas, but they stopped in. I got to interview them and took them to eat at Heart 8 Barbecue and went and met the fire department, and they gave him a patch. So Yaroslav took it back to his friend that's a fireman in Poland. Yeah, how cool is that?
Cool.
Yeah, that's a cool deal.
Yeah.
It's amazing how this radio, we were talking a little bit before, it's amazing how these songs and everything are getting across the pond and getting all over the country and everything.
Tell them about the Americana deal.
Yeah, we got a write up in Americana UK. It was a deal that, and actually I was a couple of days ago I was talking to Ray Wiley about it, and he was like, yeah, that's a good one. So he was one of the things that we did whenever I started working with Ray directly, and Ray's pretty cool about saying, you need to write your goals down. So I wrote, and one of the goals that he had suggested, and I thought it was really cool that he said it. He was talking about like because if you just say that you want to be a songwriter, I don't think that that's necessarily enough. So the suggestion was made to me to write down, be a prosperous songwriter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute, this is a really cool thing. And it's
like, wait, we could get paid for this?
Right.
Yeah, right.
Other people make money?
But the intentionality behind, I feel like what that means more is kind of I don't know, maybe recognition from our peers. Maybe it's so much more as money necessarily.
Yeah, it's not
but
always money. Yeah,
dude, I tell you what, me playing a song for you two cats and watching y'all light up is for a song that we wrote, that I wrote, is
that song
way
you
cooler
put,
to
man,
me than anything
that
that
song
I
you
do.
played
It's
for
not
us.
the money. It's
You
not
just
about
wrote
the
that
money.
one, right? The one you
Yeah.
played for us. That's gonna be a hit.
I
Man.
love it,
That's
man.
good.
It's not about the. I mean, to me, the prosperous songwriter is somebody that like has songs that are gonna live on.
Yeah, right.
They're gonna do
Right.
something. They're gonna say something and help somebody.
Like Billy Joe
Right.
Shaver. He didn't
Yeah.
die with a lot of money, but
No,
man,
man.
he had
But
some
man,
hit songs.
I'd have to say he's a pretty damn prosperous
I think
songwriter.
one of the
Right.
best.
You know, Ray
Yeah.
Wiley Hubbard gave me some advice one time. It was right when I first started writing, and I was kind of like, I looked at him and I was like, hey, I need some advice. Like, give me some advice on. And we were backstage at Larry Joe Taylor, and he goes, okay. He goes, all right, Jody, what do you got? And I said, well, I wrote at the time, I wrote like 30 songs, but I only remember like 4 of them without looking, And he goes, that's because the rest of them suck. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I go, well, at least I got 4 that's good. And he goes, I didn't say that. And then he went, and I was like, man, even when he's mean, he sounds cool. Like I still, it's like, okay, I'm soaking it up, And then he went back and he was like, look, like they're not all hit. He goes, I'll throw away a lot of them,
Yeah.
He goes, but if you can't remember them, no one else is going to remember them.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
like
it's
changed.
fact. Yeah.
That changed because so I would write songs and then I would wait, a couple weeks.
Right.
See if I remembered it.
Right.
So I always feel like the ones I can always remember, and there's some that I wrote like 10 years ago and I always remember the words.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, it's got to be better than the one I can't remember.
Yeah.
Ray
That's a
Wiley
good
said
point.
so.
That's a good point.
You never know
And
which
then-
ones are gonna hit.
Yeah,
man.
and then he said, and I also go back and I steal words from myself. I said, what? He goes, Jody, I plagiarize myself every day. And I'm like, dang, he's so cool.
Yeah.
Come on,
Dude,
Ray
he's-
Wiley. What?
So we put out a video called Collin County Jail, and I was like, man, this is a cool video. It's have you seen that video? Like,
no.
Get a chance to go look on our YouTube. It's Collin County Jail. Anyways, I go, hey Ray, did you get a chance to see that video? He goes, yeah, I got a chance to see it. Makes you look a lot cooler than you really are. And I was like, and there's so much truth to that.
Oh, man.
So sometimes he says it the way it needs to be said, I guess.
Oh man, I tell you what. Well, I mean, like you never know which one's going to hit either. Just Ray didn't expect that Redneck Mother was going to hit. He didn't expect that Snake Farm was going to be a big hit.
I'll tell you a funny story about that. Judy is kind of our Judy. Well, not is kind of. Judy has been just instrumental in helping us with a lot of strategy kind of things in our business and stuff like that. And one of the things that she told me, because I was asking her about some songs that we had written, she goes, don't listen to me because I thought Snake Farm was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, you're not going to record that, are you, Ray? And he was like, yeah. So,
Yeah.
Snake anyways, that's the
It
truth.
just sounds nasty. Snake Farm. It pretty much is.
It's so great. Genius.
Yoderslav says he misses Texas. He wants to come back. So.
Yeah, come on,
Right.
Come on. But are you going to go on tour over there in the UK?
That's the plan.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to like kind of match up on the Eurorail to where we can just play like a couple 10 spots just right there where we don't really have to take a car or rent anything like that. I think that somebody who's done that a lot for artists is the folks over there at Dave Percival.
Yeah.
He did that for Mike and the Moon Pies. They went over there and recorded Abbey Road and stuff like that. My cousin helped them do that. John T.
Really?
Wright is.
Oh, okay.
He's my cousin. He's a lawyer in Austin, but
Nice. Cool.
an entertainment lawyer at that. So
Right and right.
Yeah. Well, he's the lawyer, man. I just was on the other side of that for a while.
Hey man, it's a good thing to have a brother who's a lawyer.
Does he
man.
do like the commercials, like the funny lawyer commercials? I would. Man, you could do some good ones with Wright,
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't,
Here we
you're
go.
wrong if you don't use Wright.
Here we go.
Tough, smart lawyer.
I think that one's already used by Jim
The
Abbott.
Texas drill. Wow.
Drill.
Take
You
that,
just got-
hammer.
You're just like you're on top of a semi truck, but you got 2 drills.
It's not, you got a hoster.
Yeah, puts them in there, grabs like a freaking jackhammer.
I will drill holes in the other lawyer's defense.
It shows you smelting down a hammer. You're like,
Yeah.
Jim,
Yeah,
what do you think about that?
Using it for our drill bits. Melting your hammer down to make our drill bits.
You know what kills the hammer? The
Hammer drill.
The hammer drill.
So stupid.
It's so wrong, it's right.
God. You know, I haven't ever heard any. I've heard just about every variation of that. I think
of the right.
But I think the one that my dad used typically was, you know, the only thing right about you is your last name.
Oh man!
And when your dad says that to you, you know.
Well, you know he's heard them all too, though.
Hey man, better than britches. Nobody can think of anything from my last name. They're just like, yeah, britches. I'm like,
well, I think it's
our family started the jeans.
You should tell people that when people go like, well, why did you decide to write songs? You're like, because my last name's Wright. Duh.
Well, you know, like I had it for a long that, you know, as a
writing.
As a, like, for the longest time, I didn't because I didn't grow up in a musical family. So really? My dad, like when I graduated from high school, I got my first guitar, I was like 11 or 12. And I started, like, I wrote poems when I was like a little kid. I just thought Shel Silverstein was cool. So I was like, I thought wordplay was cool. So I did well in like English and stuff like that in school. But basically I thought, you know, I was like, wait a minute, you know, I could take these chords and put some of these poems that I wrote to these things. So I was kind of like a closet songwriter because like I didn't know if it sucked. I didn't know if it was right. I didn't know, no one had ever trained me or anything like that. So I actually wrote a song called The Calm Inside of Me. And I found that song. I had written it and I put it in the back of an Indigo Girls like music book. And I forgot I wrote it, but it's kind of dated because of when that book got printed, and I must have slid this poem in the back of it. And I'll play it for you guys, but it's pretty cool. It's like I found this song. My mom called me like 2017 or 2018. She's like, you need to come get this stuff out of the garage because I'm going to throw it away if you don't. And I'm like, okay. All right. So I start thumbing through the stuff and I'm like, oh my God, I was writing. I must have been 13 or 14, 15 years old when I was writing these songs. So I found some of them and I took one of them out to Nashville and we recorded it. And that was like on that first deal. But because when I went to school, my dad was like, you're not going to make any money playing that guitar. You know, you need to get a real job. Yeah. So I kind of just like, I had my guitar and I just kind of in the cut write songs. And I wrote my fraternity brothers in school, you know, they you know, dug a couple of my songs and asked me what I was going to do with them. And you know, Corey Morrow is one of my fraternity brothers. Yeah. So,
oh, for real?
Yeah, he's a couple of years older than I am. But yeah, so it was like kind of one of those things that you know, I like now it's like my dad. So whenever we come from a long line of entrepreneurs, so I started a construction company years ago, and I had built up, you know, before I got sober and everything like that. Like I basically kind of wrecked my whole life. So whenever I came back in and I sobered up, I kind of grabbed a hold with both hands and built like a war chest. And my plan was to do this thing. But then what I noticed is that my dad passed in 21 and he was always asking me about the business stuff before I started actually writing and recording songs in 2019. And when he passed in 21, by that last year, he never asked me anything about that construction company. All he wanted to know about was the songs.
Really?
Dude, this is the guy that had spent 40 years telling me, first of all, AA's for quitters. and you know, you're not going to ever make a living with that guitar. And now I promise you, dude, I feel like that dude is with me every day.
That's cool.
It's
awesome. Pretty cool.
Well, let's play a tune, man. Let's
man.
Let people hear some Christopher Wright.
Come on.
You
can't right you wrong.
We got everybody on here wanting to hear now. So.
Well, we got a song that so I did some hiking up there in those Colorado 14ers up there around like Salida.
Yeah.
And a buddy of mine was telling me that he was sitting there telling me all of the stories that I had already kind of told other people. He was telling me that morning that he had his life put back together and he'd quit doing all the things that we do to run ourselves into the ground. Well, I knew he was bullshit. Excuse me.
No, you can say it.
Okay.
FCC can't get us in here.
Anyways, well, I knew he wasn't quite telling me the truth, so I wrote this song called Mountain Liar.
by step, 3 men climb. Careful now, son, take your time. He said, I'm good, there's no reason to change. Said, I've been there, I just got out home. You can't win, son, there ain't no doubt. He said, I've got this licked, no doubt about it. I said, you don't have to tell me twice. I can see my lies behind your eyes. Air's getting colder, thinner as we go, until there's nothing left to hold. It's the only peace I know. Getting higher, body's tired. Deceit gets heavy, mountain liar. You know it's easy to get hurt when it's you against the dirt. You don't have to tell me twice. I can see my lies behind your eyes. Air's getting colder, thinner as we go, until there's nothing left to hold. It's the only peace I know. No, yeah. I said, you don't have to tell me twice. I can see my lies behind your eyes. Yeah, yeah. Air's getting colder, thinner as we go, until there's nothing left to hold. It's the only peace I know.
Oh man, Christopher Wright,
awesome.
Live right here at Texas Homegrown Radio.
You know, that's a really good song, man.
Thanks,
You know, there's kind of a play on words a little bit in there, because there's an instrument called a lyre. Did you know that?
Yes.
and it was like pinging in my mind a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Like, there's so many ways you could interpret that song. That's freaking cool. I love it.
That's awesome. Hey, good morning, Janet Barker.
In my mind, the music video was playing out in my mind. It was like a guy talking to an instrument.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I love about songs. People can make it into what they see. And
serious mountain lyre. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, to me, I don't know, man. That's an awesome song. You could interpret that a few different ways.
yeah.
I love it. Man, that's so, you're right. That is one of the neatest things. I think I was, I can't remember, you know, what's the guy's name? I think his name's BJ. He's the lead singer for American Aquarium.
Oh, yeah. He's awesome.
I saw him, he was interviewed somewhere, and he was saying that it was like one of the things that he loves about this craft so much is that you can write a song and 20 different people can take it 20 different ways.
Oh, yeah.
And take it home from your show with 20 different stories.
That's the one thing I don't like about music videos. I mean, I think they're cool and everything, and you know, people are visual,
too
but
specific, yeah.
but if you make the video too specific, then people, when they hear the song, they see what you told them to see.
Right.
Whereas if it's kind of like reading a book versus seeing a movie. You know, the book's always better because you had, you know, that the characters looked a certain way to you when you read the book. And,
Oh yeah.
And
Harry Potter, none of them people looked like I thought they were going to.
yeah, the book was way better.
Yeah, I read the book and then watched the movie. I'm like, That's not Snape. What? That's not Harry.
I thought he'd be more hairy.
Yeah, what would Harry Potter look like if you didn't see him in the picture? That's a good question. Did you read the book before you saw it?
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
And then,
so what did
before
what
the
did your
movies
Harry
ever came out?
What did your Harry Potter look like, dude? Jebs,
I don't even
for real.
You know,
break it down.
My
thought
Harry
he looked
Potter
like-
had muscles.
I thought he was.
did?
I thought he looked like a
He had
kid,
muscles.
like the kid that was sponsored by Zero Skateboards or something. You know, like I don't know.
So like a little thug bone, like a kid that was like gonna most likely to drop in on your pool.
Yeah, you know, like the new kid that came to school and like
like a thug, and he had like a scar on his head. You know, he'd been through some stuff.
I thought he was tough.
You thought he was
came from a
hard-ass?
Muggle family.
but
You
then
know,
You think he was like a little
come from
frail
some poor
little-
Muggle
Yeah, then
family.
you see him and he's just like this little dude. And,
Frail.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
And I
didn't
thought
work.
Ron-
It didn't work for me, man.
To me, Ron,
Yeah.
in my mind, Ron looked like the guy with red hair that was on "Can't Buy Me Love." Like, I don't know why. Like,
right? And Hermione.
we should remake movies with characters from other movies. Like, you know what I mean? Like take a whole cast from a movie and make them remake a different movie. That would be awesome.
That would be great. like
What
meet
an
the
obscure
meet
Yeah.
the Spartans.
Yeah,
kind
like
of a thing.
like
spoof movie.
Harry Potter is really The Rock. You know, like
Dwayne
he's
Johnson
just got a
is
scar on his head.
Harry Potter.
He's bald, and they call him Harry. It makes sense.
Garth Brooks was Voldemort. You know?
That role
He's hold
reversal.
a fart. Is that what you
Hold
said?
That role
You can't hold
reversal
a
is
fart.
That's the redneck
difficult.
version of Harry Potter. Harry Squatter. Make a redneck version of Harry Potter. That'd be great.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Harry
like,
Squatter.
It'd have like Tom Sawyer would be like Harry Potter,
Yes.
constantly like
The sheriffs are
training
coming in.
kids
They're
in
like,
to come
Yeah.
work.
you can't
for
squat in
him.
this house no more. Come on, man. I've been here for 2 weeks.
This spell makes people paint fences.
Yeah.
They'll think it's so much fun. Oh man, we're not right.
That's funny.
You are though. Do you tell your wife that you're right all the time? I guess she is too, though.
Yeah, she is now.
Oh yeah, who wins those
You
arguments?
made her. You made her
She
right.
does.
He made her right all the
Smart
time.
man.
Yeah.
He made her right
Yeah.
all the time.
Hey,
Well,
man.
she's
happy
actually-
wife, happy life.
Yeah, and she's damn near a doctor too. So she's like a nurse practitioner now. So she's studied a little bit longer than I am. So I just just give up on any sort.
She's smarter.
She's smarter.
Yeah.
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 It's probably good to have a smarter woman.
Wow.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah. I mean, have you
Or
ever?
at least that's
dated-
what I tell her.
Have you ever dated a really ditzy chick?
pretty
man?
smart.
That's not fun.
Oh no,
You got to explain everything to them. Like
Yeah.
nothing
it's
makes
terrible.
sense.
It's terrible. I'm trying to watch a movie.
You got to
Forget
keep.
about
Oh
it.
yeah, you got to keep them from dying constantly.
Yeah.
Why are they in a blue car?
It's like
What? The movie just started. But why are they in a blue one?
I'm gonna make this super awesome cleaner. It's gonna be ammonia and bleach mixed together.
That's when you pull.
You should try some of my essential oils.
That's when
They
you
make
pulled
you great.
That's when you pulled a John Bender's dad. Remember when John Bender's dad what he told John Bender's mom to do whenever like he was in the middle of his talk? Do you remember what he said?
No. What is
Shut
it?
up, bitch! Go make me a turkey pot pie.
Go make me turkey pot. Oh man,
Do you
that's
remember
way
that?
to die.
See, that's a good way to die.
Try that one.
Lord, forget that.
If you ask for
Only in
chicken
the
pot pie,
80s.
you're good. You know?
Mom, the meatloaf.
I do not freebase cocaine.
The meatloaf.
I do not do it.
You want some
What was,
meatloaf?
what was the movie? I think it was Will Ferrell. He's like sandwiches. Mom, make us some
Yeah.
sandwiches.
That was on Wedding Crashers.
That's right.
They said he ad-libbed all that stuff. Like that
Oh,
was
you know
like
he did.
yeah.
Vince Vaughn is the freaking. Or no, was that?
Will Ferrell.
That was
Yeah.
Will Ferrell.
I like when actors do that. So Billy Bob Thornton on Tombstone, whenever he was at the poker tables and he was yelling and playing with my cousin's kids or something.
Yeah.
Like they said he ad-libbed all that. They just told him be a jerk, and just be a bully and
And he got really drunk.
yeah, and he just went in there and ad-libbed all of it.
That's
yeah.
funny.
I didn't even know that was him when I first watched the movie because he'd gained a lot of weight for it.
Yeah.
I feel like the writers were just really lazy on some of those parts, though. Like, I mean,
I heard
for instance,
Val Kilmer died this morning or last night. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Doc Holliday is.
you're kidding me.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Sucks.
That's what I was told.
Well, he had the best. Val had the best. Doc Holliday was the best character in that movie. But
Hands down.
the main character, his big line in the movie was, "No."
Yeah.
Oh man, he died on April Fool's Day.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
Yep, died on April Fool's Day.
Oh man,
He was having like a lot of throat stuff, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
he was in that.
he didn't talk. For
The
a
last
few
Top
years.
Gun, they AI'd his voice in so that he could be in the movie or whatever.
He didn't talk much for the last.
Dude, you know what? One of the movies I think that was underrated about that cat was The Saint.
Oh, that was my
that's a
favorite.
great
It was
movie.
great.
I love that
Great
because he
movie.
played different people. Yeah,
He was like,
and the girl was the one off of Adventures in Babysitting.
No way.
was it?
Yeah,
Was it the Saint? Is that
the
chick
scientist
from,
girl. She was on Cocktail and Adventures in Babysitting. She's in a lot of movies back then.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's right.
But yeah, passed away yesterday.
Well, rest in peace, Val Kilmer.
Yeah, no
You'll
kidding.
always be
I think
the
he's gonna
Iceman.
come. I think he's gonna come back and he'd be like, Doc
April
Holliday,
Fools!
and be like, I might have let on I was worse than I really was.
Yeah.
I've not yet begun to defile myself.
That's the way it's always gonna
That's
be.
crazy that he died though. I
Yeah.
mean, it's young for 65. I mean,
Yeah, 65 years old.
that's too young, man.
Yeah, it is.
Especially after that.
Yeah, I bet it is kind of weird. It's on April Fool's Day. He could be like, April Fools,
could be.
I'm Batman.
He looked like
He was Batman in one of the movies, but I was thinking with his voice not working good, he should have just went back to being Batman.
I'm Batman.
So is Bateman gonna have a movie or something like that?
What? Bateman?
Yeah. Have
What,
you
Jason
seen,
Bateman?
Yeah. Have you seen that? Have you seen all these commercials that keep popping up? They're like Capital One commercials or something like that, and they're Batman commercials, but basically Bateman. He's like, I think they were at the Super Bowl. Like he had, he was like on one of those little scooters.
Bateman?
They're like, don't get like cheated on your insurance or whatever. Don't get Batman on Bateman. Y'all haven't seen this? Surely some of y'all's listeners have seen
I'm
it.
going to have to look that up. I came up with Fat Man and Ramen yesterday. This is the movie I'm going to make.
Fat Man and Ramen.
Because we started making fat movies like Forrest Plump. There was a bunch of...
Dude,
I'm gonna make fat movies.
I forgot that coming here is basically like kind of
never
entering into Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
You
It just
what
turns
you
into
get.
weird
It's
stuff.
like a box of truffles.
I can't wait for. I don't think that you're, as a Texas country songwriter, I don't think you've made it until Jody Lee Caudell has made a parody of your song.
Jeb has to hold me back because we could make, like, we'd do it in
Yeah.
private. We make funny songs.
Yeah.
And he's like, we don't want to be that guy.
Like, we wrote
Because
this
once you
one.
go there, you can't come back from being the funny guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
It's hard for people to take your serious song serious.
Like, we had one idea for one that was like, I think I charted.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I think yeah.
That was because that was for
saw
people that believe in so much in the charts that
Yeah.
nothing else matters. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
Like, even though you got 6 number ones and no one
Yeah.
comes to your show, it's like you get
Yeah.
so excited.
I think I charted.
I think I
Uh-oh.
charted.
You
It'd
know,
have to be
that's
like a Tejano, like
I think I charted.
I think I charted. I think I charted. Yeah.
That's funny.
I-
Yeah, that's
I
interesting
just-
how that. How
I
that
want to
works.
number 1, but I'm always number 2. I think I charted. You know.
Tejas Brothers will be the.
Yeah, for sure.
They're gonna help us on that one.
We'll get Kinfo, Tejas Brothers, and Sonny Saucedo all together, and we'll do I Charted.
Is that racist? I don't
Yeah.
think it's racist.
Not at all. They would love it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Bumped into Sonny the other day over there at that. Dude,
the award show?
That dude's a pretty cool cat.
Burgess?
I like him.
He's like
Sonny.
Oh, he's so funny.
Sonny
Yeah,
Saucedo.
he's
Yeah.
like all laid back.
He he knocked over the mic this time.
Yeah, he didn't mean to do that. I don't think.
Coup de grace.
He saved it and threw his accordion though. So if I hurt something of yours, I'll hurt mine too. Like, you ever get crazy and throw stuff on the stage? Break guitars.
You know what? I don't. I feel like I am relatively subdued in that manner. But you know, I thought it was kind of interesting what you're saying as far as like how our charting has absolutely nothing to do necessarily with how many butts we can put in seats.
It's changed. It's,
Yeah, that's and I think one of the things it feels like is it's like you know, you guys know it's an organic thing that you have to kind of grow, but you know, with the with just getting your
different now
stuff
with
out.
all the social media stuff and with you know Spotify and those things. It's changed a lot. Like it used to, the radio was the only way to get your stuff out there. You know, and now there's so many multiple different ways. And everybody thought I was crazy when I started doing the online thing. They're like, "What? because I've been an FM guy forever,
Mhm.
but I saw it coming. Like, and that's like the morning show. I'm not necessarily fond of being on camera, but people are visual now.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's the old days, when they had just radio, people listened to radio programs, right? And then the TV came out.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of threw the radio away.
Right.
And then, like, all the satellite radio and all that stuff came out and kind of went back to radio, right? And then but now with social media, the phone is like the TV again. So it's like they want to see everything as they hear it. So it's like a cycle.
You know what they say?
Yeah,
though?
that's right.
I think Rick Barker said it, and he said, "If you want 1 million fans, you got to make 2 million friends. Half of them aren't going to return. Because people are like,
I think
they're
that's
like wayward,
generous.
They're like wayward
Right.
goats.
Yeah.
They just kind of go where the
Yeah.
wind takes them. But if you meet 2 million people and shake 2 million hands, the chances of you getting a good portion of those followers is
yeah. I tell you what, one of the
somebody
things
to watch your music.
You know Tanner Lewis, right?
Oh, yeah.
So Tanner, runs Rise Music. He's one of the coolest things about Tanner. Not only is he one of the hardest working people and the most organized managers I think I've ever. I mean, I thought I was OCD about managing time, and this cat is on it, bro. I mean, like, he doesn't miss a trick, but. Early in the game, when I was looking at like these Spotify numbers and stuff like that, I was just looking at these monthly listener numbers, and I was thinking, okay, this is the way that I'm going to judge myself and how well I'm doing by these monthly listeners on this. And like what we're talking about, it didn't necessarily mean that that's how many folks we had. And Tanner would always say, go to your Spotify for artists and click on the followers thing.
Yeah.
And you find out exactly how many. So once you get to, and this was a benchmark that he'd kind of set for us, is that once we get to 1,000 marker on that, like where we're steady at followers, like we're in their stuff for 1,000, then that's going to typically be around our region and stuff like that, but that's going to be able to put some butts in some seats.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
So like, and I was, as I was watching that, I was like, damn, dude, I'm like sitting here. I went up to like 24. Yeah, I went up to like 24,000 on these followers. I'm like, hey, we're here.
Yeah, where are you?
We've arrived. And then all of a sudden we stopped feeding the machine because instead of putting singles out, I went and did this album.
Yeah.
So I didn't put anything into the machine for a whole year and some change. So my numbers went from 24,000 after I released 3 singles in a row.
They quickly forget you.
Dude, they went down to 400.
Yeah.
So it was like, wait a minute. But it didn't go below where we were. It was 500. It didn't go below that 500. Yeah. So it was like, now with this album out, it's that number
go back up.
Climbing.
It's crazy.
But
isn't it?
you're trying to get. You have to almost like it's like we have to keep feeding it a certain amount.
Sure.
Which is
it's
one
like
of the reasons.
Seymour. It's like that plant that ate people. Feed me.
For real, man.
Feed me.
But here's the thing, though. I mean, the fact is people they come and go. They come and go as they please. One day it's a hot ticket. One day it's not. The longevity is the only thing that really creates diehard fans.
Right.
It's Jody told me this when we first started, because he called me after he missed our interview.
Yeah, he was supposed to, so I was supposed to interview him, and that's when I went into a coma. Like the
just
night
met
before. He was supposed to be my
that.
guest the day after that. So I missed our meeting.
But he told me,
I remember all of this going
advice. He said to me, longevity is the king. Because I asked him, I was like, what's because we talked for quite a few hours on the phone.
Yeah, wrote songs over the phone.
But I asked him, I was like, so what's the true way to make it in this business? I've seen so many people do it so many different ways. He said longevity.
Man, that's so true. That's exactly.
Radio's the same way. You just got to hang around long enough.
Yeah,
you got to
keep doing what you do because it all comes back around.
Because now I'm the old guy. Like I've been doing it long enough now that like everybody's either got arrested or died, and I'm becoming like the old guy that's left. Like the few of us like me and Crowman and JB. Like we're the old guys now that've been doing it forever.
The old god.
Jim Nash.
Yeah, Jim Nash. Hey, so one of the, I always keep referencing back to, because when you hang out with Yoda a lot, you just tend to get like a lot of really amazing nuggets.
Yeah.
And one of the things that cat told me was that he said, Christopher, you're gonna get to your goal so long as your purpose is noble and you're willing to do the work.
Nice.
Yeah.
The rest is time, just like what you're suggesting. But like he's basically saying, so long as you're, I heard it we opened for him out in it was at Post OG down there in Orange Grove.
Yeah,
it's a cool stage. But anyways, we parked our trailer back behind there and we used it as a green room. So Ray, I'll never forget where I was when that dude told me that. He was like, so long as your purpose is noble and you're willing to do the work, the only thing between you and your goal is time.
Amen.
And
that's great.
Broke it down for me like, okay, then I just got to do what I do and just keep doing it and not be an asshole.
People who chase the trend always burn out because you can never catch up to it. The trend finds you.
Right.
If you keep doing what you're doing, it's like when me and him first started jamming together, it was like rock and roll was really the only thing taking off anywhere.
Yeah, that was like when Coetzel was just starting.
Nobody was really doing country and western music.
We were doing the old stuff.
We're like, and we were both like, yeah, but it's coming back around. You keep doing what you're doing, eventually
it'll catch back up to
what
you.
you're doing is
it goes in cycles.
Yeah.
It's true.
Man, I'm like stuck in this Black Crows thing right now.
Oh man, let me some Black Crows.
Dude, I'm stuck in it. Like
it's really hard to handle though sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it gets me so messed up. I was like talking to angels. Like I don't know. Like,
dude,
they call you out by your name.
Hey, that album changed
all
my
the time.
life.
Oh man,
that changed
the
my
best.
life.
Yeah,
like for real.
I don't know how many times I listened to that.
Shake Your Money Maker album was what that was. Wasn't
it? So good,
dude. Twice as Hard was on that.
They never could. Yeah, they never could recreate that.
Dude was such a good guitar player too.
They never could recreate it. They couldn't recreate it though.
My buddy Tobin Dale, that's on this album right here.
Live, they couldn't.
No, like they couldn't top the album. The album was so huge that they couldn't.
What was the next one that came up?
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like it was so good.
Gavin DeGraw.
They kind of quit because he married. The lead singer was Chris something. I just went blank.
Chris Robinson.
Yeah.
Is he one playing guitar?
He's on Ray's album
and he married what's her name?
The chick from Friends, right?
No,
Cox.
No, Cox? Goldie Hawn's daughter.
Oh,
it was Goldie Hawn's daughter, the actress. Yeah,
Bronzy Hawn.
No,
Silvery.
Come on, somebody help me out here. Somebody that's listening knows what I'm talking about.
Well, you're talking about Goldie Hawn. Nobody's heard that name in a long time, Jody.
Whatever.
It's like
did they remake
talking about
Overboard
some chick from
yet?
the '60s, man.
She's married to Kurt Russell. She's married.
You remake Overboard, and they're like both in like floating.
She's married. She's married to Wyatt Earp. People know who she is.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Kate Hudson.
Kate Hudson.
Yeah,
is that Goldie Hawn's daughter?
That's who he was married to.
Kate Hudson is Goldie Hawn's daughter?
Yeah.
She was married to Chris. She was married to Chris Robinson from 2000 to 2007.
But wasn't he married to Courtney Cox for a while?
I don't know. Maybe he made the rounds.
Oh.
You want to Google it? Let's see.
I think so. That other album was called Southern Harmony in Music. That's the one that it had Remedy on it. I need a remedy.
Oh, he's had. Oh my god, he's had 4 wives. Camille Johnson. Wait, get this one.
My wife Camille.
Allison Bridges.
That's my cousin.
Kate Hudson, and Lala Slootman. Yeah.
Well, he did that. He was on that co-starring album with Ray. They did that.
He's awesome, man. That's a good match. Them two. Yeah.
It's just that swampy kind of.
Black Crows was one of the best things to come out of that whole era.
No doubt.
I was a little partial to some of that. I could mix in the Black Crowes, like Pearl Jam and Chris Cornell music with Merle Haggard and some like Charlie Pride.
Oh yeah.
Like if you take that is I think
Charlie
that's
Pride's
where
awesome.
my headpiece lays.
Oh man, you could do. She talks to angels and kiss an angel good morning together.
Dude. How could we break that? Let's
That
make
just
that happen.
That just happened.
You know what's impressive about
Let's make that happen, Jody.
Charlie Pride? He's the only person I've ever heard to put Szechuan in a song successfully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Dude, it's people wordcraft, like people that can do stuff like make the word hour be like sound real southern and be two syllables and foot it. That's like the real southern like sister that can really pull off, that can turn a word. You'd be like, did she just rhyme refrigerator with door? like
Door. Refrigerator.
No, who was the guy that did Roger Miller? He rhymed purple, and that's hard with nurple. Like how many people could do purple circle? Gives you the nurple.
Maple circle.
Maple circle. That's hard to rhyme. Purple and orange.
It is. I don't know what rhymes with Bronco. Neither does Sturgill.
Yeah, he's still working on that one.
Bronco?
Yeah.
Have y'all got a chance to see that?
Tonto? Yeah.
Not technically.
Not really. I don't know that scheme would work because Bronco and Tonto. Well, I don't know. Maybe
Taco.
You could.
Bronco, taco. You can make it work. That's close enough. I don't have to be exact.
Sancho? Bronco Sancho?
No.
Sancho and a Bronco?
No.
I don't think that one's going to be worked on for a while.
Concho?
I still know what.
No.
Nothing rhymes with Bronco.
You just make up a word. That's what the rappers do.
And that's what typically happens. Like there was so the cat that I wrote that the song Common Sense with is that his name's Eric Erdman, and he's from Mobile, Alabama. So they treat the English language a little differently.
Different
out there.
Alabama. Different in Alabama.
They say the same thing about Texas.
Hey, well, you want to do one more song? We'll take a little break, and then we'll come back and do some more.
Sure, man. So I had one of the single that's actually doing pretty good off of this album that we just put out.
Okay.
It's called "Off to the Races." So I was about halfway between my house, Texas, and Prosper, and Nashville is Hot Springs, Arkansas. Mm-hmm. So we found ourselves out there on Easter Sunday morning, and that's like the last day for Oaklawn and the racing the ponies out there. So what's a Christian boy to do? You go to church or you go to the races? Well, this song's called Off to the Races. So had a pocket full of money, a fist full of dreams, looking to make a take like Capone down in Hot Springs. There's something about the starter, the trumpet and the gun, with a little ounce of luck, yeah. We both know that I'm done. I was mama's little heathen, I was daddy's wildcat, live wire with my hair on fire. I was never no preacher man, betting on the wrong ones, looking fast in the gate, taking all the right turns, headed the wrong way. I thought it was too late to ride my way back in. I'm off to the races again. Some days I'm the last one to reach that finish line. Some days I'm a bullet speeding faster than the light. Throw my money down on Sunday, one for the man above. Find another way to pray, see what the praying does. I was mama's little heathen, I was daddy's wildcat, live wire with my hair on fire. I was never no preacher man, betting on the wrong ones, looking fast in the gate, taking all the right turns, headed the wrong way. I thought it was too late to ride my way back in. I'm off to the races again. I'm running. I'm running. running. I'm running. Always running. I was mama's little heathen. I was daddy's wildcat. Alive white with my hair on fire. I was never no preacher man. Betting on the wrong ones, looking fast in the gate, taking all the right turns, headed the wrong way. I thought it was too late to ride my way back in. I'm off to the races again. Yeah, I'm off to the races again. Yeah, I'm off to the races again.
That's rocking, man.
Yes, bro.
I love that.
Thanks, man.
I dig it.
You like find another way to pray, see what the praying does.
That's
You
right.
like it?
I like it.
That's good stuff.
Christopher Wright is live in studio with us. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and do some more right here on Texas Homegrown Radio. You can find all the links to listen and watch on our website at texashomegrownradio.com.
Oh, yeah.